I have been traveling to Africa for almost 30 years, and I've been to 20 plus African countries. And it was clear that the ability to participate on the African continent was not something you could do on remote. After not being able to launch my World African Network in the United States, I decided that there was a greater opportunity potentially on the continent of Africa. So I decided to sell off all my assets, my cable television activity in New York and my radio stations, and bring my capital here. First of all, I'm probably the largest African American investor. I've got over $30 million invested in South Africa.
We've got routing and switching, design, networking and security, service provider, storage and networking, and voice.
When one comes to a new environment, one assesses the areas of potential opportunity, and certainly IT is a specialty area that we know very well. This Cisco training operation is number 2 in South Africa, and we train the top corporations, technical people, on how best to manage their data functions and information flow.
Well, Eugene has always been a Pan-Africanist, somebody who always wanted to return to our roots. And Africa is a wonderful and exciting place for black people, African Americans.
Are you satisfied that it reflects everything we talked about?
Yeah, I went through it again. Each side has a guaranteed minimum. We've had our ups and we've definitely had our downs. But I think that the opportunities that Eugene has brought forward to me has made me not only want to stay, but to continue the legacy that he started for our family.
We're going toward our farm operation and our dairy operation, which is located in the eastern part of Pretoria, the highest growth zone in Pretoria. And we own 340 hectares here with partners. That's about 700 acres. And on that farm we have a lake and about 250 dairy cows. And one day it'll be a major estate development which will have people owning very large homes on an acre plot. Umoja Village, what I call it. Well, Umoja is a Swahili name meaning unity, and I've always felt that if African people worldwide could come together in unity, they could increase their overall well-being. So it's a very important message for me to send to my children and to all the people that I know. So I used to milk cows in Oklahoma when I was a little child, so that's how I never got the dirt off from under my fingers, so that's how I got involved in that. This is the, if you will, the maternity ward where all the newborn calves stay the first 3 months of their lives. You see they're elevated, and we keep them very clean, and they get their mother's milk, fed that every day, plus some additional nutriments so they can grow up to be great ladies who can produce great milk. The men, I hate to say it, but we end up making hamburger out of them, most of them. When I first bought this place, I didn't buy it for the dairy. It's very close to the city, and the dairy facilities were already here, and I just decided to turn the facilities back up and create jobs for the local people. So I've been in the dairy business for the last 7 years, and now the city has moved toward us, so this one day will be a major estate development. We're expecting to put about 250 high-end homes on the property, and that's the reason why we bought it. That's the home I'm building that I was using as my homestead here in the capital of South Africa. We're about 6 months, 8 months away from completing it. It'll be able to house 8 bedrooms and lots of our friends who come from the States, which we are trying to convince to come over here and live. The overall interior space is about 30,000 square feet. Much of our property development emphasis has been our greatest appreciation of value. Hello, how are you? Good to see Garth and Rob Ray. This is very much like Laguna Beach in terms of California. We are developing a huge mixed-use project along the ocean front near Durban in South Africa at around 500 million rand, which is close to $100 million, and it's something I would never have thought about doing in the United States because land access is a very difficult thing in the United States. Here, it's a new frontier. The opportunities are almost unlimited in almost every category because Africans are just now getting involved in much of the significant industries in South Africa. We often talk about the United States, you know, the man this. Well, over here, you're the man and you're the woman, and that's a key major shackle that lifts from the soul of the African-American experience, that you no longer have to look to another race as being over you. You are indeed the one in charge, and that's really turns the responsibility, adds new energy. I have another 30 years, 40 years to work, and I'm going to work every moment. That I will die with my boots on. I'll be doing another deal on my way out. So this is a fantastic environment.